Hello, my friend, and welcome back to the another episode of The Dark. And in this episode, we are going to learn about HTML and CSS. And before we going to write our code, we first need an editor. I would suggest you to use VS Code because it's very developer friendly and it comes with inbuilt IntelliSense and it's very customizable and extensible. All right, I'll put the link in the description to download for your operating system. You can choose from here macOS, Windows, and Linux. Okay, after you have installed the VS Code, we just open it. Your VS Code might look different because I have a theme installed on in my VS Code. Okay, what you want to do first is go to File and then click on Open. Go to Desktop, click Workspace. If you don't have Workspace folder, I will recommend you to create a Workspace folder on your desktop. Click Workspace and click Open. Alright, as you open your Workspace folder, you won't be having this file. Sorry. Okay, let's create a file, index.html. This is the HTML file, and the browser understands HTML, only understand HTML, and HTML can link to different files like CSS and JavaScript. So you cannot run a JavaScript inside the browser without HTML, but via console you can run. HTML tags basically tells the browser that what type of content to display on the screen. Like there are over 100, not over, maybe almost 100 of tags in HTML, like from bold, from heading to bold to hyperlinks to image. There are lots of them. We are not gonna go with every single one of them because it will be a very long video, and I'm gonna put it. I want my series to be straightforward, so we'll be looking at the top 10 or maybe top 5 tags we will mostly need during web development. So let's start with the how we can write a tag in HTML. All right, we start with this bracket and followed by the tag name. Let's say HTML. There are actually two types of tags in HTML. The first one is the open tag, which have to have close, which has to have a closing tag, and the second one is the close tag, which don't need a closing tag like this one br. You don't need another one br to close this tag. So whatever you're gonna put inside these tags, the browser is gonna understand that the content inside that tag is what type of content inside that tag is defined by this tag name HTML. So inside HTML of course we are having HTML content. So let's say if we add a body, and inside body we will have a body which is going to be appeared on the screen. Let's say if we add h1 heading 1 tag, which is the heading 1, and let's say welcome to the dark. Now you want to run this in your browser. How are you going to do that? Is go to your Finder, go to your desktop, and click on the Workspace folder if you have just created. And then what you're going to do is just drag this file into your web browser. Just like that. Oh, it's typo. Welcome. Okay. Alright, there we go. So I hope by now you have understood how we can write tags in HTML. Let me show you examples. Let's write image tag. Image tag. Now, one thing's come that how we are going to display an image. So there's something called attributes. Every tag have attributes inside them. So if we are gonna display an image, we are going to use src, which is source, which is gonna accept a string, and image is close tag. Let's go to Unsplash. Let's say this one, and just paste it and refresh the page. As you can see, this page is loaded. This image is loaded onto our website. Next is let's add another not text, paragraph. This is my first website. Alright, there we go. Let's add an ordered list like this. UL means unordered list, and inside that we're gonna have children's of li list like 1, 2, 3. If you refresh the page, you're gonna look, you're gonna see something like this. If you want 1 through 3 in your list, you can add OL ordered list, and press save and go to your web browser and refresh. You can see the changes. Alright, so before the body is loaded to a website, there is a tag called head. The browser loads the head tag before body tag. So if you put anything inside this head tag, the browser is gonna load it first. So let's say if we want to change the title of our website to the dark, let's say the dark. If you hit save and refresh the page, as you can see the title appear, it's changed to the dark. You can add icons too, we'll see later. Alright, next up is how we are gonna use CSS inside this HTML. Let's start, let's create a file called style.css. And the way we are going to link the CSS file is by using link tag, link, href, the file name, and rel is equal to style sheet. Alright. Now if you hit, if you go to your browser and hit refresh, you're not gonna see any changes because we don't have any stylings in here. Alright, so to style a component, or you can say an element in HTML, like let's say you wanna change the background color. So as I said earlier that everything comes inside the body is the visual thing. So let's like this, and you have lots of properties in here. Let's say background color and to black. And if you refresh the page, as you can see the appearance of the website changed to black. The text is also black. Let's change it to white. Text color, sorry, font color, or color to white. Color basically defines the text color. If you hit save and press the refresh, oh, there we go. Let's say if you want to change the font style color, font style of your website, you can go font family. We have lots of them. Let's go with fantasy. Maybe on your PC it might be different because I'm using Mac. And if you hit refresh, as you can see, the changes. Alright, next we suppose if we want to add the styles to only one element like the heading tag, how we're going to do that? There are actually 3 ways. We can directly use the h1 tag here, or you can add ID or class to your element. For CSS, we usually use class. Let's add a class name of heading. And in the style file, we are going to use .heading. And inside the heading, this is where we're going to put all the styles of our heading class. Let's say color red. And if you hit refresh, as you can see the changes. Maybe you can have lots of headings with the same class. Let's see, like this. Alright, for now let's have one. Okay, you can change the font text transformation to transform your text like to capitalize or lowercase or uppercase, anything. Let's capitalize everything. Alright, there we go. Capitalize means every single letter of the word will be capitalized. First letter of the word will be capitalized. Or to uppercase, if you put every letter will be uppercase. By now you might have noticed something that if we're going to make change like let's say 1 to 100 and hit save, we have to refresh the page to see the changes. VS Code have extension called live server. You can just go to the extension tab and search for live server. You can install this one, live server. And after you have installed the extension, press F1 and type in live server, open live server. If you hit enter, it's gonna open a new window in your browser, inside the browser. But the URL is gonna look something like this rather than this. It's very helpful if you, let's say if you want to change this to something else, like anything, if you hit save, it's gonna automatically reload the page without actually manually refreshing the page. And the theme I'm using for my VS Code is called Community Material Theme Ocean High Contrast. You can Google it. Alright, let's now suppose if someone clicks on this picture, it's gonna open some other website or some other web page. How we're gonna do that is by enclosing your content inside a tag and putting href. Let's say https google.com. Let's enclose this inside the a tag and hit save. And if when you click on the picture, it's gonna load google.com. So let's say if you wanna open it in another tab, we can do it by adding another attribute to our a tag, which is target is equal to underscore blank. Now if we click on the image, you can see it opens a new tab in the web, inside the web browser. So it's sometimes it's very useful. Keep in mind, just as a note. All right. What else do we have here is I'm not gonna cover up everything for CSS because that's not the main focus of this series. We are only focusing on web development, not designing a website. So maybe after this series, I'm gonna cover up CSS tutorials or HTML tutorials. Alright, that's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one, which is JavaScript. We'll start in JavaScript in the next one. And I think there'll be approximately 5 or 6 JavaScript episodes, so stand by. Until then, take care and bye.